Today I want to show you a new old device that I have recently got. It's an antique skein winder, which was at one time called a Weasel. And you'll see why in a minute. But what it's going to do, it's going to take the yarn off of my old spinning wheel. This is my Lindsay wheel that my newsletter subscribers helped me to name. And she's around, probably around 1830 to 1850 is when she would have been made. And this yarn winder is approximately in the same age range. But I'm going to take the yarn that I've spun off the bobbin of the wheel and I'm going to spin it onto this yarn winder or Weasel. As I spin it, these gears are going to move down here, and this little peg, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little peg right here, is going to turn with the gears, and as it goes all the way around, it's going to hit this wooden part that hangs up here, and it's going to make a popping noise. And that's the pop goes the Weasel. So as I turn it around, this is actually helping me count my yardage. I'm going to just put a little tension with my hand on it. And it's kind of awkward because I have the camera here. Normally I would be sitting to be a little more comfortable. And if you can see it, the gears are turning and it's helping me to count. And as it turns around and around and around, this particular one will count off 80 yards before it pops. And that's what they used to call a hank of yarn. And as it pops, I would stop and tie a little piece of string around those 80 yards before I kept winding on more. And when I'm done, it makes counting my yardage really easy. I don't have to count every single rotation and then do the math to figure out how much I've got. This does it for me. And this machine is probably mid-1800s. They already had this type of system worked out for someone just to have in their home to make their life a little bit easier, to make keeping track of what they were doing a little bit easier. And it's all handcrafted. All of the carving of it, the teeth, everything, this is all done by hand. Amazing workmanship that here, going on 200 years later, it still works, still performing the job that it was made to do, and still fascinating people, as it must have fascinated the children that they came up with the nursery rhyme, "Pop Goes the Weasel" for. And I was talking instead of paying attention, got my bobbin just a little bit goofed up. There we go. I normally would not have the spinning wheel backed into it, but I did that so you could see what was going on here. And now the peg is just about around to where it's going to hit that piece of wood. Push it out and pop goes the Weasel. So at this point, I would bring this together, put a little tie on it, and mark my 80 yards, and that will help me know where I'm at when I'm finished, what my yardage is. Another way of proving that old-fashioned craftsmanship and workmanship cannot be beaten.